We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. Now, here we are with Shib Coin, Shiba Inu, and we're going to break down some stuff going on in the charts. We're going to look at some data as well as some fresh news that just came out for the coin that is pretty bullish and one of the most bullish articles that I've seen in a while. But before we look at it and we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if you trade stocks apart from crypto, you may want to check out the link down below. We look forward to having you join us, and then we'll jump right into it here with Shiba Inu. So the home runs of the day were spectacular. What a great way to start off the week, even though the S&P 500 index continues to pull down lower and portfolios are currently in the red. We keep active and we'll continue to look for opportunities every single day. I managed to find 2 home run opportunities this morning that I mentioned over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So I mentioned BLU, HEPA, ATER, and EFTR. Now, EFTR and HEPA were our worst performers, 3 to 5% and 5 to 10%. But our home runs of the day were spectacular, guys. We caught ATER after I've mentioned it since it was at $7, and I had stated it's nearly doubled, but it's looking like an opportunity today, just in case it short squeezes or continues to have those short squeeze runs. And it was sitting at $13.64 when I mentioned it before the bell, and it took off to a highest point of 50% plus. Now, BLU was a little bit different, but because of 42 vision, I was able to catch the dip. You can see how things were pulling downwards, transitioned, continue to transition downwards, and once that reversal started to happen, it continued going up, hit a newer high, a newer low, and it just continued hitting newer highs to a highest point of 30% plus. And this right here is the perfect example of catching the dip with 42 vision and riding the rip as the transitions happen in the color changes of the candlesticks, signifying specific levels have been met. So if this is something that you want to become part of, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and let's jump into these charts. So the article that I came across today was pretty bullish when I was reading it, and it actually goes further and beyond what I've actually calculated here together with you guys to break down how much it would take to become a Shib Coin millionaire, which we're going to do that calculation in just a moment. But this article is more bullish than any other article I've seen out there, and the fact that it got added to Coinbase, I believe, is creating this hype and also more confidence in investors and articles and everything all together, because that's a big move. We saw it on Webull, we saw it on Coinbase, and I'm sure that once Robinhood joins the party, and they're going to feel forced to, even if they don't want to, it's going to create competition on where to buy Shiba Inu, and it's going to create the further adoption that Shiba Inu has always needed. Okay, now Shiba Inu is not going to go up to 1 cent or 10 cents or to $1 overnight. I have shared with you guys as well where Dogecoin was in its infancy, how early on we are knowing about Shiba Inu, and how this seems to be an opportunity. Now, the opportunity of Shiba Inu and Dogecoin are completely different. The amount circulating of tokens or coins, if you want to call it, is a lot different, but they both serve different purposes. And I've broken down also how Dogecoin is under the Bitcoin family and Shiba Inu is under the Ethereum family. So that's a big deal as well. So let's go ahead and look at this article. So you have here, you can be a Shiba Inu or Shib Coin millionaire for $7. Okay, this is a lot more bullish than how I believe it is possible. And you know what's interesting about this? The amount that they used. Why? Because anyone in the world, okay, can go ahead and put $7. And if, let's just say, half of the world, okay, which is 3.5 billion people, okay? Let's go ahead and try to put a billion here and multiply. Well, I'm about to multiply 1 billion by 3.5. I should have just put the 3 and the 5, but let's go ahead and do this. Let's get to 1 billion. So 1 billion people, okay, in total, okay, which equals 3.5 billion in total, times 7, okay? That right there is 24 billion 500 million, okay, in total. Now, if you go ahead and divide this by the current amount and price that Shiba Inu is out, which it won't stay there forever if this amount of money is coming in. It will be growing throughout the whole process. It would actually constitute to 4 quadrillion tokens, you know, in total, bought out, okay? A lot of people are always concerned about how many quadrillions are out there and how huge quadrillion is compared to a trillion and how many trillion need to be burnt. There you have it. There's 1 quadrillion out there. This would constitute for 4 quadrillion just at $7, okay? Further adoption is the secret to all of this pushing forward, going higher. Why is it the secret? It is no secret. It's just right there in plain sight. The more people know about it, the more people that put just $1, $7, and you just think for yourself and in your mind that $7 is all people are going to put. Think about how much you've put or how much you've thought of putting, okay? So that right there says it all. That's what I found very interesting about this $7 mark. So even if it doesn't hit, right, $1, it might hit 1 cent. And yeah, they won't be a millionaire, but they'll have 70,000 from $7 or 700,000. I'm not sure one of those two numbers it would be. Right now, I can't think off, the top of my head, but that's exactly the magic number that I saw here. I was like, this is way too low. And then they're putting the word millionaire all together, and they're being even more bullish because the only way $7 of Shiba Inu would get to be a million is the total fact that right here, let's just go ahead and do it and divide it so you guys can see it. It would take that many, right? You would get your 1 million and it would take for it to hit $1, okay? It would literally take for it to hit $1. So they're going beyond the 1 cent theory. They're going beyond the 10 cent theory. And they just talk about how it just got added to Coinbase Pro and all the information. And with $1, you can get 146,000. So then they're even throwing it even lower. Well, if you don't want to throw $7, just throw $1, right? And eventually they'll think that you'll put, or they're hoping you'll put, between $1, $7, $10. Now, this is how further adoption starts, right? It gets put on platforms. It starts building its credibility. And it starts growing in market cap. And even though it's going lower, which it even says it here in this whole entire article, it says, Coinbase Pro has added the Shiba Inu coin to its platform despite the fact that the coin is on a decline. Well, they're not worried about today's decline. They're worried about, how much of a market they can grab, how many more investors can come to their platform, and how much more they can further adopt it because they see some potential here, right? So that's a huge thing. The second thing I noticed is the most visited, it is now in 21st place. So it's actually lost some of its actual ranking. It was going upwards. It's going back down. And that's why you could see that things are going lower. People aren't really going to check it out. But it got onto the trending list. Okay. That's a big deal. This was not even here. Okay. It's on 24th place. The higher this keeps on going, the bigger the trend. And even though it's in a decline, the more people are finding out about it. That means that it's getting in front of more people. More people are actually, tweeting about it, talking about it, Reddit forums, different platforms, the further adoption is there. So I'm going to show you guys how much it takes to become a Shib Coin millionaire. We're going to look at the chart together as well so I can share some key points with you guys. And I'm going to share with you guys where Dogecoin was in its first year. And Shiba Inu is in its infancy. So let's look here at the chart where you could see where Dogecoin was back in 2013 to 2014. it was at 5 zeros and a 1 and below that, and it broke up to highs of 5 zeros and a 2, guys. Shiba Inu is already ahead of that, and the adoption of Shiba Inu has come a lot quicker than Dogecoin could have ever reached. Dogecoin took years to get to the movement and quickness that Shiba Inu has further adopted. And the reason why it's happening so fast is because it was made to compete with Dogecoin. So they're not going to just let it sit there. Also, they're also using it as a way to test the theory of how Dogecoin grew over time. Could it be done again? And that's the whole point of these two dogs, right? As they call it, the dog fights of the Shiba Inus, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, going at it to see who wins. I'm not sure if it's going to be in value, like who goes higher, or is it going to be in the fact of who gives the largest return. I'm not sure right now what the competition is, but at the end of the day, I think it really comes down to who goes higher or who holds the most value or the most participants in its community. And at the end of the day, also another thing as well is they're going to be interchanged. So the community in Dogecoin could jump to Shiba, and the community in Shiba can jump to Doge, or probably be in both. So these communities are growing. The further adoption is there for Dogecoin. It's come way ahead of Shiba Inu, but Shiba Inu is moving pretty fast. So as we saw here in this article, they're saying $7, right? Which is pretty bullish. I've gone as far as to say 700, right? $7 is pretty bullish, and I've done the calculations with $700. Let's just assume it has 5 zeros and a 7 right now because it's currently at 5 zeros and a 6. But just to go ahead and make things break even, 5 zeros and a 7 will go ahead and get you 100 million coins. If this was to go to 1 cent, right, it could give you 1 million. So they're saying $7 because they're going as far as Shiba Inu could go to $1. If that was to happen with just $700, right, that would be 100 times this, guys. You would be a multi-millionaire. That is something that I think is far beyond not impossible, but possible anytime soon. So something in a short span of 5 to probably 15 years, and I would call that a short span in the crypto space because that's how long most of these have taken to take off or to at least get further adopted over time. So Shiba Inu is pretty, moving fast, and it's in hyper speed. So I'm not sure how fast it can reach $1, but Dogecoin hasn't done it. I'm not saying Shiba Inu can't, but if Shiba Inu catches up to Dogecoin in a few years or passes it, then this could be on its way to $1. We'll have to go ahead and reanalyze things at that point. But right now, where it currently sits, I'm going off of the theory of, $700. And if it doesn't reach, 1 cent, I'm also looking at it from the perspective, right, of 0.5 zeros and a 7, giving me 100 million coins if it hits 1/100th of a cent, okay? And that would be a little bit less than a million, but it is something that's a big difference compared to what initially was invested. So all it would really take right now in the current levels, not going off of the $1 price target that this $7 article is giving, which I'm not saying is not possible. That's pretty bullish. And that is a lot further ahead than 10 cents even and 1 cent. And we're talking about 100th to 1 cent here. That is not something that's impossible. It's very possible based off the history of what we've seen here with Dogecoin chart, where it was and where it is now and where it could continue to go. But Shiba Inu, right now, all it takes is to have at least a position of anywhere from $300 to $500 to get as close as possible to being a Shib millionaire. And that's not something that an investor has to dive into right away. You can start off, $7 a week, $7 a day, whatever your goal is, until you form, as much coins as possible that makes sense to you and an amount that you're willing to lose. And then you just let it sit there, and we're going to continue to update and see what's going on with the news, trending in the charts moving forward. This is not going to happen overnight. Any investor that wants this to move to 1 cent or even 100th of a cent or 1,000th of a cent in just a few months after just being out for 1 year, that is not investing. That is just greed and no strategy, no patience, and not even understanding the principles of what it takes to invest into anything. So this is definitely not a short-term journey. This is going to take patience and time. And even if it pulls back lower with the overall crypto space, if there was to be a crypto winter or just a crypto pullback in general, that would create even a larger opportunity to average down. And I'm going to go in with as much as I'm willing to lose. And once I have that position formed, I'm just going to leave it alone and we'll see what happens as the years and time unravels. And I will continue to update all the information of new news and new things trending with the Shiba Inu community and adoption that is coming as time unravels and the more platforms that have it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.